So Melissa, one thing I've noticed after starting all this juicing is my appetite levels are down a lot. Why do you think that is?
Well, juicing helps your body detoxify. One of the interesting things, it's kind of loud. One of the interesting questions I often get is the same thing. People start juicing. Sometimes they don't feel as good right up front, but in about a week to 2 weeks, they start feeling really good, very full of energy, and way less hungry. So, this is basically how it works. There's like a hormone in your stomach called leptin. There's a receptor for the leptin called your hypothalamus. And what happens when we eat toxic processed foods is the hypothalamus gets clouded. Now, it's responsible for a whole bunch of different things, but controlling your emotions, regulating your temperature, and being a receptor for the hormone called leptin are three very primary responsibilities of the hypothalamus that are important to you and your health. So basically what happens when you're doing hand to mouth, you're eating your food, it goes in your stomach, when the stomach gets full, it sends leptin to your hypothalamus and says, hey, I'm full, quit eating. Basically your body has enough to process. There's enough going on in there, it doesn't want any more input, it wants to deal with what it has. It's kind of like a factory. It goes in, it needs to process what it has before it goes out. Otherwise you kind of get clogs on the conveyor belt or the assembly line, right? Everyone's got to do their job. So what's interesting to understand is that your body gets hungry for nutrients, not food. So when you're doing something like a juice, you're getting a whole bunch of nutrients packed into a very small package. Doesn't require digestion, goes into your stomach, assimilates through the digestive system without being processed fully, and we get that instant energy, that invigorating feeling, that spark. And when you're eating regular food, you feel lethargic and withdrawn and all that kind of stuff. So basically, the reason why you're feeling less hungry is because your leptin receptors are more clear. The message is going quicker to your brain, and you're not, you're almost resisting the urge to like stuff your face because your body doesn't have any more need for more stuff. The typical foods we eat, the processed foods, they're so nutrient deficient that we need to eat a large volume of them. Do you remember we were talking about the different calories, and you were saying like 100 calories of oil is like a couple little teaspoons and tablespoons, and 100 calories, the same equivalent calories of spinach, which is basically the unit of energy that's required to do the processing. So you're having the same energy processing for a little thing of oil or a whole thing of spinach. And that's the difference. One's calorie rich and one's nutrient rich.